just so others can enjoy it as well. So let's see if this works. Give me 1 second. From the live streaming standpoint, it's my first time live streaming, so we shall see. All right. See, we are live on Facebook. This is so exciting.
Such nifty technology we've got going now.
I know. All right. So let's get started and others can join. Let me know if everyone can see my screen. Yeah. Awesome. So thanks everyone for joining. Sprinkles Parents is just a parent community where we educate everyone, educate parents. We have fun activities like trolleys and brewery takeovers just to help connect parents and help them thrive. So I'm Brooke Shapiro. I'm the mom Sheen behind Sprinkles Parents. So I'm so excited today. We have Phases of Style helping us learn. Morgan Peters, who's going to help us learn how to dress and style postpartum. So I'm going to let Morgan take it from here. And Morgan, are you able to see the chat?
Yeah, I can see the chat. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm trying to move some stuff out of the way so I can see multiple things at one time. Give me a second here. Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Morgan Peters. Just to give you a little bit of background about me, I have 3 kids at home. I have a almost 4-year-old, like next week, she'll be 4, a 6-year-old, and an almost 14-year-old. So I have them in 3 different schools right now. It's super fun. We take a lot of Disney trips, and if I could do anything with my free time, it's just to go for a long walk around Target by myself with no children. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, the quiet time. So basically what my business is to help Bay Area moms create a casual wardrobe that fits their daily life. And whether you are working from home, whether you are popping into the office a couple of days a week, or you are just a stay-at-home mom and you're going to the park every day, you don't have to default to whatever clothes are just laying around. You can create a stylish wardrobe, even if you're just casually dressed. So we can go to the next slide.
All right, here we go.
Forward. Okay. So before we get started, weight is something that comes up a lot with moms. We're either trying to lose it or sometimes even trying to gain it, depending on different health situations. It's something that comes up a lot. And sometimes it's even not so much a weight issue, but that your body has just changed after having children. It may go back to the same size, but it may not be exactly the same body. There may be differences and it's something that it may not be super obvious just by looking, but your clothes don't quite fit the same anymore. So I just wanted to kind of address that, the psychology kind of behind that. And that's basically, don't wait till you are the perfect size or the perfect weight, or, this has changed. Wearing something stylish now can affect your productivity. It is a form of self-care. It is reinforcing who you are as a person, not just as a mother. I think a lot of us lose ourselves in momhood, and we are not taking care of who we are inside before we had kids, like to be that person again. In particular, if you have daughters, it is setting an example for your daughters to love their body regardless of what weight or what shape it is, and that you do deserve to have nice things at any size. It's don't punish yourself because you're not at the size or shape that you want to be right now. We have a lot of societal pressure to be a certain way. And we need to set a better example for our daughters and even for our sons, for them to understand what a normal woman looks like and that they can appreciate what that is. So we'll move on to the next slide.
The one thing I was just going to say too, if that's cool, is that I think a lot of times we think as parents or moms or that it's selfish to go shopping, right? Like, oh, if I buy all these clothes, that's almost selfish of me. Or if I'm dressing up, it's selfish of me, or it's going to get dirty anyways, right? Like it's going to get snot or thrown up on. So I might as well just, keep sweats on. And I think, totally there are times I just want to say, like, it's really important as a parent to feel beautiful and sometimes feel like you again. Are you without kids or before kids, so that you can be the best parent you can be too. So we're not just, we're not here to be like, oh, you're going to be fashionistas and super bougie. It's really about just how you can feel confident and beautiful again, however you are and whatever size, as you go from pregnant to not pregnant. And as Morgan was saying.
Yes.
That's something I really struggled with, which is, I think, also how we kind of.
Yep. We're not going to tell you to put on a Chanel suit every day. This is what this is.
Yeah.
This is reality. This is living your true life right now and embracing it and still bringing out your own personality and showing that off to the world and being that confident mom that we know is in there somewhere, even if you don't always feel like it every day. So, we're going to go through 5 tips. Some of these could honestly be their own talk completely. But we're just going to kind of touch on them just because I'm not going to tell you just to go out and buy a bunch of new clothes. That's not going to solve your problems. There's so much more to it than that in understanding what you should buy and what's going to work for you and how to eliminate things from your wardrobe that are not making you happy. So the 5 that we're going to kind of talk about, the 4 that we're going to breeze through, building a wardrobe for your current lifestyle. Don't forget about your personal style. Get rid of what's not working. And we're going to briefly talk about a mix and match wardrobe and why it's great for moms. And then we're going to kind of just dive into some mom life essentials that I have found through my own personal experience helps to get dressed in the morning and still play around with your kids and still have that comfortable feeling that you really want instead of wearing a Chanel suit every day. So let's move on. Let me check my notes here, make sure I'm not missing anything. That is not the page I thought it was. Hold on, sorry.
Oh.
Notes. Okay. Nope, that's fine. So building a wardrobe for your lifestyle. Your wardrobe should reflect the life that you live now. If you are not going into an office every day, you don't need office clothes taking up the majority of your wardrobe. If you are wearing, sweats and leggings every day, those should be the majority of your wardrobe. And those should be the pieces that you actually invest in. Those are the ones that you should be spending your money on. I think we have this idea that we should only spend money on our nice clothes, like the ones we go out date night in, or if we occasionally go to the office in, and that's fine to an extent. But if you're ignoring the other pieces that you're wearing every single day, if you're, only buying $10 leggings from Amazon and that's what you're wearing every day, it's time to look at how can I maybe upgrade those, because that's really what I'm pulling from my closet every single day. What are the ones that are going to make me feel good when I leave and are going to stand up to the daily demands that I have? And so we're very lucky. There are tons of companies right now focusing on athleisure and loungewear. It's like the golden age of women's clothing. We're finally getting, great performance fabrics that are comfortable and look nice. It's, we don't have to wear corsets anymore. We don't have to, put on bustles and 300 buttons up the back. We have so many options now that it's just like the best time to be a woman and have clothing options because they are out there. So if you have, say, 80% of your closet, I'm sorry, 80% of your life is in casual clothes. 80% of your closet should be casual clothes. Don't hang on to the suits or hang on to the really nice silk blouses if you're just not even using them anymore. That's just weight. You don't need it. Get rid of it.
And you can buy something new, I think, is the thing too.
Yes.
Morgan, I don't know if you feel this way, but I always think, oh, if I get rid of it, then I'll never have it again. But you can always buy another version of that shirt if you miss it later on,
yes.
right?
And if it's 3 years later, when you're finally getting around to using it, what are the chances that you're going to want something that's 3 years old?
Right. Or it doesn't fit you the same, or has been in your closet so long that it's crinkly. So minimal, I think also having sometimes less stuff too, versus having so many things is like another lesson I had to learn. I kept holding on to all these old clothes and it just was like piling my closet, and it's definitely important for that.
So your wardrobe should really work for about 95% of your life. The things that come up for you 95% of the time. You should be able to walk into your closet and pull something for all the different events that you do. So, and that's going to be different for everyone. Like I said, some people may be going into the office 3 days a week. So do you need a huge wardrobe for going into the office? Probably not, but you need something. You need something to cover 3 days a week, mix and match to kind of get to that level. If you're 50% casual and 50% going to the office, as far as your clothing, your wardrobe should reflect 50-50. And there's those 5% of times where like all of a sudden you're invited to a formal event. You don't need to keep something in your closet for a formal event if that doesn't happen very often. There are some people who, through their own jobs or through their partners' jobs, that they do go to cocktail events and formal events often. And so they can justify having a few pieces in their wardrobe, but there's rent the runway. So you can always use that if you have like a last minute thing that comes up and you don't want to go shopping for that. So, so it's just kind of it's about balancing out what's in your wardrobe. I personally had that own issue when I stopped working and became a stay-at-home mom. I still had all these work clothes that I didn't want to get rid of them. But after a year, I was like, I'm never going to wear these. And even if I do go back to work, I'm going to go want to buy a new wardrobe. I'm not going to want to wear all these things that are like 2-3 years old at that point. So it's just kind of letting go and embracing the life that you have right now and making sure that your wardrobe reflects that. So we can go to the next one. Ooh, so don't forget about your personal style. You don't need to sacrifice your personality. There is not a mom uniform, believe it or not. It kind of seems like there is sometimes, but there's not a mom uniform. You can absolutely put in your own style to it. If you're someone who loves a leather motorcycle jacket, rock it. They're fantastic. They just throw it on over a t-shirt. They are fantastic. If you're someone who really embraces the kind of sporty athleisure look, there are some great jackets and hoodies and things like that really, get it in a bright color that you like. There's lots of ways to show your personal style. And it's kind of developing what your style is, deciding what that is, and making sure that your purchases reflect that. Making sure that your wardrobe reflects that. If you feel like you're buying things just because they look comfortable, you're not going to be happy with your wardrobe. If someone were to say to you, well, you look comfortable today, you wouldn't feel like that was a compliment. Comfortable is not a style. It is a feeling, and you can be stylish and be comfortable, but it is not an actual style. So don't buy things just because they look comfortable. They should align with what your personal style is. Okay, so we'll go to the next one.
The one other thing is just, I know for me, and I hope you guys don't mind, I share my stories, is like, you can see I'm even now wearing black because I feel like it hides like baby weight and hides all that. And I looked at my closet a while back and I was like, wow, I look like I'm going to a funeral all the time because all the colors in my closet were like blacks and navies and things like that. And so I think to your point about personal style, that's such a good point, is like, remember your personal style or what makes you happy, and like colors that make you happy, and not just always trying to find things that are hiding or easy, like that are just like go-tos if it's not what makes you feel good.
It's amazing, like if you're someone who likes, dark pink, which is really hot right now, just putting that on, it's amazing how much, better you feel about yourself during the day. You feel like you're ready to conquer whatever your kids throw at you for the day, or whatever work throws at you for the day. It definitely changes your mindset when you feel like you are presenting who you are to the world.
Mhm. And it's okay if it has spit up on it while you're doing it.
Who's gonna notice?
Because no one notices.
So closet editing can be its own entire talk. So we're just gonna quickly touch on it. The clothes that you don't wear are a mental weight in your closet. Every time you open your closet door and you see clothes that don't fit, or that you don't feel good in, or they were a gift from someone and you feel guilty about getting rid of them, mother-in-laws notorious for stuff like that, or you spent money on it and then you ended up never wearing it. That's all guilt. That is guilt and anxiety sitting in your closet, staring you in the face every time you open the door. You don't need that. We have enough stress in our lives. We don't need to add to it by hanging on to clothes that don't make us feel good about ourselves, or that have the weight of guilt around them. Put it on once for your mother-in-law and then put it in the donation bin. Maybe something happened to it. There's a stain on it and you had to get rid of it. Whatever it is, just get rid of the guilt, get rid of the anxiety, and open your closet door and have kind of that breath of fresh air where you're not digging through stuff that doesn't fit. And you can pull things that you look good in, that you feel good in, and that are going to get you through the day with whatever activities that you're doing. So if you decide to do a closet edit, there's 5 questions to ask yourself. Do I like the way I look? And it's not really about whether someone else likes the way you look in it. It's whether or not you like the way you look in it. Do you like the way that you feel in it? If you are constantly yanking on something, or it feels a little tight in the waist, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to keep it, because you're never going to wear it, because when you put it on, you don't feel good in it. Does it reflect who I am now? Because some of us have, lots of changes with motherhood. Does it reflect who I am now and the style that I have? And that goes back to personal style. Where will I wear this and how often? This is if you are holding on to a formal dress that you wore to a wedding, are you really ever going to wear it again? Or is it best to just donate it to one of those prom groups that gives them away for proms? Really evaluate whether or not you're going to wear it again. Same thing with workwear. If you take a break from working for a few years, are you really going to want to wear 3-4-year-old blazers back to the workforce? And I think after the pandemic, we're going to see a lot of changes in what people wear to work, because no one wants to go back to heels. No one wants to go back to uncomfortable clothes just to go to the office. So, just decide whether or not that's something you really want to hang on to. And if it is, or if there's sentimental value, pack it away. It doesn't need to be hanging there every single day for you to see. You can pack it away and it's still there if you ever need it. And how will I wear this? If it doesn't coordinate with multiple other items in your closet, if it's a standalone thing and you're like, I have nothing to wear with this, I bought it and then I have nothing to wear with it, you either need to find things to wear with it, or it's time to let it go. I'm guilty of that. I bought something, I really liked it, and it's sat in my closet for the last few months. And I'm like, I've never worn this. If I haven't worn this in 6 months, I'm not going to wear it. And did I spend the money on it? Yeah, but I have figured out I'm not going to wear it and it's just going to go out in the next closet edit. So that's just kind of building a wardrobe where things work with other things. If you, there's nothing worse than you have this like great outfit on and you're rushing out the door in the morning and your kid spits up on your shirt and you go to your closet and you realize you don't have another shirt that works with whatever it is that you're wearing. And all of a sudden you now have to change your entire outfit because you just don't have another shirt that goes with the pants that you're wearing or something.
Or you don't have shoes that go with what you're wearing. Like that happens to me all the time where I'll get dressed and then I'm like, I could literally don't have shoes now to put with these clothes.
Yep.
So
yep, that's a big one too. Sometimes we buy tops and then we're like, I don't have pants. I don't have pants that really go with this. They should go with about 3 to 5 other things in your closet for it to truly be a workable piece in your wardrobe. Otherwise you're buying outfits. And like, I notice this happens a lot with kids' clothes. We buy outfits for kids and then they spill chocolate milk or something on their shirt. And all of a sudden you're like looking for another shirt that goes with those pants and that doesn't really exist. So if you buy outfits for your kids, if you're doing the same thing in your own closet, it makes your life much more difficult than it needs to be. So that's all I have to say about that. But again, like I said, that could be a whole closet editing could be a whole nother talk by itself, but that will get you started.
Yeah. And the other thing is just as someone, like I did it, I think for my daughter's first birthday, I did like a closet edit and it was literally for anyone who's never done it, just going through your closet. It's the easiest way to lose 5 pounds off your life. Like it was terrible while doing it and going through everything and anxiety and overwhelming the thought of it. But after I did it and I saw the things I was getting rid of and all the like clothes that I like accepted that I wasn't fitting into anymore. Like my feet all got big, honestly, from my second pregnancy. And so all these shoes I had to get rid of. Like it literally just felt like losing weight, like just getting rid of things that just were taking space in our lives. And it really will help on your like postpartum. And if you're trying to go back into work or starting to go back to the office or working from home in Zoom setting, it feels like it's something that could make your life a lot easier just to do a quick wardrobe sweep.
Yeah. And there's a lot of guilt around money spent too on items. Even if your shoes don't longer fit and all of a sudden you're like, but I spent so much on all these shoes. Like there's so much guilt around it. And it's like, but you're never going to wear those shoes again. The money has been spent, your shoes are not asking you to buy them again. Like the money has been spent, it's gone. If you're really, really attached to the money aspect of it, you can try and resell them. Obviously the higher end brands are going to resell easier, but you can try and resell them. But ultimately, sometimes you just need to donate and get that mental weight off of you that they don't fit anymore. I mean, I know someone who had to get rid of a lot of Jimmy Choos after having kids and it was tough. It was tough getting rid of them because she loved those shoes, but you have to admit that they're never going to fit again. So, yeah. Okay. So mix and match wardrobes. This is the easiest way to have a functional wardrobe for moms. A mix and match wardrobe, it's also called a capsule wardrobe. You'll see that mentioned in a lot of things online about them. They are coordinated seasonal items that make it easier to save money, get dressed, refine your style, and edit your wardrobe. And when I say seasonal, it's every 3 months, like you have spring, summer, fall, winter. I think a lot of people misunderstand capsule wardrobes as being, oh, I only get 30 pieces of clothes to live off of. And no, it's not like that. I have a capsule wardrobe, but I have a lot more than 30 items in my closet because I like clothes. Can you do it with 30 items? You absolutely can, but you don't have to. There's no rules. So how it saves you money is by avoiding purchases that don't coordinate with what the other items are. So if you see that, dress in the store and you're like, oh, I really like that dress. If you think to yourself, but does it go with anything else in my seasonal capsule? It helps you make better purchasing decisions. Okay. And it also, in a lot of instances, can be reusing pieces from prior seasons. Black pants, they're good every season. Even in the summer, you can wear them out in the evening or whatever. Black dresses, like a little black dress, it's good for pretty much every season. You can use it for anything. White t-shirts, you can always use white t-shirts in every season. So you are moving items from season to season, but also adding in colors and styles that go with the season. And you shop to those colors and styles each season. For instance, I do black as one of my base colors in fall and winter, and I move into navies when I do my spring and summer capsule, because it's a little bit less harsh of a color and it kind of plays well with spring and summer colors that tend to come out.
What are spring and summer colors for those of us who really are not?
They're going to be lighter colors. Like if you're just in general, you'll see jewel tones in the winter colors, burgundies. Right now, spruce green is really, really popular. You'll see the burgundies, the greens. You'll see mustard yellow, which also can sometimes be in the summer too. Right now in the winter, the bright dark pink is really, really popular. You'll see it all over Target right now. It's a mass color right now as far as popularity. And so you'll see a lot of the jewel tones and the deeper tones. When you're talking about spring and summer, you're talking about lighter colors. They tend to be like bright blue or yellow, or maybe a different shade of pink. They might go, pink is one of those that kind of dark, light, bubblegum, whatever it is, it's probably going to be fine in spring or summer. What we might start seeing as the spring lines come out is periwinkle, because it is the Pantone color of the year.
Oh.
So you might start seeing a lot of periwinkle coming out. Probably some like light sagey greens may start showing up, just kind of based on what I was seeing in some of the Fashion Week reports. But yeah, so you'll just see lighter colors, but every single person has kind of better colors that work on them. Like I wear green. I love green. I like how I look in green. So I tend to gravitate towards that. And other people, yellow looks great on them. I always thought yellow didn't look great on me until I found a yellow that did. Yellow is kind of one of those that you just got to find the right one. And sometimes it's not the one that's in current fashion, so it's a little harder to find, but there is always a yellow for everyone. Once you find it, it's great. So those are just kind of the quick view of what the colors are. Getting dressed, having a color palette and a style where all the pieces work together just makes it so much easier to get dressed. You can just go in and go, oh, I want to wear this and this and this, and I'm done. If you could get dressed in 5 minutes, you're doing great. Like that's time saved in the morning. It's effort saved first thing in the morning. And I have a rule for myself. I get up and I get dressed first thing in the morning. I don't go down like in my pajamas or anything to go do anything else during the day. I get dressed first, because otherwise I find that, I start doing things and I start doing other stuff, and all of a sudden it's like noon and I'm still in my pajamas. And I'm like, this is nuts. Like you get on that track and you stay on that track instead of taking the time out to go back and get dressed and feel prepared for the day.
So before you get your kids up, you will get yourself.
I do. I get dressed before, well, my little one tends to get up before everybody else in the house, but and she'll come in and wake everybody up. But yeah, I usually just park her in front of some Cocoa Melon or something for a few minutes while I go and get dressed. And then I get them dressed. So I am always dressed before I get my kids dressed. And
That's a
yeah,
good tip.
so it makes it so much easier to get through your day when you're already dressed.
Yeah. Hey,
Um,
Morgan, do we want to do, are there any chat questions or anything like that?
I don't see any.
Okay, cool.
So refining your style, a capsule or mix and match wardrobe can be personalized to your personal style, to the colors that you like and that work for you. So no two people are going to have the exact same capsule. I know you see these ones where it's like, here's a list of all the things you need for the capsule. But even within that list, you know, what you go out and buy can be personalized to you. And even if you find one where you're like, oh, I don't like that color that they're using. That color looks horrible on me, or I just don't like it. You swap out that color. If it's a capsule that's using purple and you're like, I really don't like purple, swap out that color with green. And now it's a totally different mix and match wardrobe for you that works with what you like and what looks good on you. And as far as editing your wardrobe, the pieces are interchangeable. They incorporate the basics. And so it's very easy to pick out what doesn't work and what you're not wearing, because when you put them away, like when I put them away, when I do laundry, they all go in the one section of my closet. And that's like my main section for those pieces for the season. And so I can say, well, you know, I realize I haven't worn these 3 pieces this season. Are they something I can roll over to another season? Or is it something that maybe I just didn't end up liking as much as I thought I would, or wear as much as I thought I would? And it makes it really easy to just pull pieces out and go, okay, these aren't working for me. So, oh, I do have a question over here. Let me see. How to decide what to hang on to when your size is fluctuating. So what I do with this, what to hang on to when your size, yeah. So what I do with this, if it doesn't fit, I bag them up and I put them in a corner of my closet. I only do this with things that are like I've spent a lot of money on, or that I really like. So dresses, jeans, things like that I really like, that I want to try and like wear again. I bag them up and I put them in the corner of the closet. And if you are actively trying to get back down to a size that those clothes are, then bagging them up means that they're still there and you can go get them when you can wear them again. Sometimes what we realize is we think we're going to do it and you know, a year passes and those are still sitting in the bags. You have to decide, is that something you really want to keep hanging around, or are you okay with the size that you are at? Because some of us have been like, okay, this is my size now. This is my baseline, and realizing that you're not going to be a size 2 again. I have had,
you're going to get pregnant again, right?
Or you're going to get pregnant again. And, you know, I'll give you a perfect example. Before I had my daughter, I went out and paid like $170 for like some AG maternity jeans. And I remember thinking, this is nuts to spend this much money on a pair of maternity jeans, because I'm only going to wear them for like 9 months. But I knew that I was going to have, you know, more than one child, or that was a plan. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to suck it up and I'm going to pay for these and have them. I wore the heck out of those things. I probably wore them 2 or 3 times a week because they were so comfortable, and they were jeans and they worked with everything and they looked good with everything. And I wore those suckers through 3 pregnancies. And in between pregnancies, I would pack them away knowing that I was going to go get them back out for the next pregnancy. And they were worth every penny that I paid for them. So thinking that you don't need to spend money on something when you're pregnant and have a nice wardrobe, especially if you're going to, you know, potentially have more than one child, you know, treat yourself. Your body is changing. Treat yourself and buy something that you know you are are gonna wear the heck out of. And those, I was actually really sad to finally get rid of those jeans after my last postpartum period because they were so comfortable. And I was like, they don't, they had the big old belly waist. And so it was like no pinching around the waist or anything. They were the most comfortable things in the world. And I was like, I finally have to accept that I'm not wearing pregnancy jeans anymore. And I had to get rid of them. So if you're in between and transitioning sizes, a capsule or mix and match wardrobe is fantastic because you're spending less and you're doing more with less pieces. And it is a great transition to do that with. And putting away clothes that are not the size that you're in and addressing those like every 6 months or so and go, okay, do any of these fit? Do I still want them? Do I still like them? And, kind of sorting through those and seeing if that's something that you want to keep or not. So does that answer your question? I hope, Katie. Okay. So do we want to go to that?
Yeah, I think so. I think, sorry, my kid was yelling in the background.
No.
It's helpful. I think I just, I plan on breastfeeding for a long time. And one of the guidelines I was given was like, your size is probably going to keep fluctuating until you're done breastfeeding. And I'm like, that could be like years.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a big house. So keeping bags of clothes in different sizes,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm just like, this is still kind of unmanageable. I get the idea, but I'm not sure of the timelines.
Yeah. So I breastfed for like 3 years with my last one. So yeah, I get it. If you don't want to bag stuff up and put them away, then you may have to like make the brutal, hard decisions of just really cleaning out. Obviously, if you are really fluctuating sizes, you don't want to spend a ton of money on clothes, and that's okay. You don't have to go out and buy designer stuff when you're fluctuating sizes, just to have clothes that you like. There's nothing wrong. I love Target clothes. Occasionally I pick up something at Old Navy. It's totally fine to dial back what you spend on clothes when you're transitioning. That's totally normal. And like I said, doing more with less pieces. Stretchy pants, button-up shirts, those are great when you're fluctuating sizes and breastfeeding. I loved button-up shirts. They're super easy. Also just really basic, solid colored tops. Believe it or not, Amazon has some great nursing tops. It's not something most people think of, and they're not expensive. One of my favorite hoodies for that had breastfeeding, like a zipper in the front on each side. It's from Amazon. It was fantastic. It was warm. It was so cozy. I loved it. It was my favorite hoodie, and it came from Amazon, and it had these really discreet little zippers on it. So, and it was like, I don't know, $25. So there's definitely a way to do it.
I think that also the thing is that at least I struggled with was like, you just need to have clothes you look forward to, right? Even as you're transitioning size, because then you just feel like in this weird moment of like transition where like you don't like any of your clothes, you're searching for the clothes you're going to fit into next, and you miss the clothes you had. But just the biggest learning for me because I had really bad postpartum depression, was like really just having clothes that you look forward to wearing every day, and don't feel like, oh, like these are too big or these are too small. And like, if they are maternity clothes that you still like, or maternity dress, like, I don't know. I have one maternity dress I will never get rid of, because it really still looks good every day. So,
yep. I have a t-shirt that's a maternity shirt from Target, and I still use it as one of my basic gray t-shirts. I love it. I love the cut of it. You can't tell it's a maternity shirt. It's nice and long, which right now is really hard to find because everyone's going to crop tops. And you can't tell it's a maternity shirt. I love it. I kept it. So there, yeah, you never know. I haven't had my youngest is almost 4 years old. So I've had that t-shirt a really long time. but it's still functional and it's still in great condition because, you know, Target kind of hits it out of the park sometimes with their quality. Not always, but sometimes. They do make some quality stuff that will last you. So yeah, there's definitely ways to do it. And it's just sometimes, especially around here, closet space is at a minimum for a lot of people. And, you know, you have to make tough decisions about what's worth the cost of the space. Is, you know, if you've got a $20 shirt that you're hanging on to, hoping you'll fit into it, is it worth the cost of your space and your sanity?
That's a good way to look at it.
Because the cost of space in the Bay Area is definitely at a premium. So you sometimes have to make some tough decisions. So, okay, so mom life essentials, we'll move on. So something that's not talked about a lot, supportive bras. If you have not had a bra fitting in 6 months to a year, go get a bra fitting. It is amazing how much better things look on you if you have a supportive bra. And if you are postpartum, if you are breastfeeding, if you are pregnant, there are so many changes in that area. And so you absolutely need to have a proper bra fitting. Excuse me, the two best places that I like, Nordstrom and Soma, that do, good bra fittings. Also kind of the little boutique places, the privately owned boutique places. That's where you don't go to Victoria's Secret to get a bra fitting. They honestly do not know how to do a bra fitting. They put me 2 sizes smaller than I really was.
Can I chime in for a second? Because I've been a professional bra fitter for several years. I just want to tell you, if you're local, Revelation and Fit is a really fabulous size and all gender and all ages friendly place to get a really solid bra fitting. And they use the British method of measuring, which is really helpful, because the reason that Victoria's Secret and a lot of other places don't do that well is because the industry is not standardized within itself. And so if you're looking at bras online and trying to shop online and they're suggesting that you can measure yourself, they're actually not following one simple standard of measurements. So it's, and also there's a shape match that has to happen, which you actually can't get from the measurements.
Mm-hmm.
So I really recommend, absolutely, like you said, going in. I think Nordstrom's is pretty good, but I definitely would go not to Victoria's Secret.
What's it called? Revelation, what?
Revelation in Fit. I think it's just revelationinfit.com probably, but there's one in Oakland and there was one in San Francisco. I don't know if it's still there after the pandemic, but it's woman owned and operated and very, very friendly to all different types of bodies and people and genders. And it's just like, they have size AA. I think we start at 28 AA all the way through, I want to say in the store, it's something like 50. I want to say like 50 or 56 that they have in the store sometimes.
To like K, or
I want to say it's K that they carry. Yeah, but they'll special order up to M or O as well. And those are British sizes. So yeah, and it's also like really centric around educating the customer as well, because the bra industry is so confusing.
Yeah.
That one of the passions as they're doing fitting is to like explain how it works so that you can then go home and actually measure yourself and know what you're dealing with and know if something fits when you try it on, and if not, why not, and what you can do to fix it. Because like, I don't have very much top tissue in my breasts, so like I can't wear a full size cup or it just gaps on me.
mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that until I had a ton of bra education. So
Yeah.
it's just like don't underestimate it. It's really, it's really important. And also I'm like, because I'm passionate about this, I think it's super important. I'm happy to talk with anybody if you want to just like ask me questions.
Yeah, she can do a whole talk on this.
yeah, you can, absolutely happy to do that.
Oh, thanks, Kate.
Yes,
We should just do like a Sprinkles Moms like bra
There you
fitting
go.
day, and everyone goes and gets their bras properly
it's
fit,
really-
get some new bras.
Yep. It is its own entire subject that we could cover for bra fittings. Interestingly enough, Nordstrom, the reason I recommend it is because they can convert things to nursing bras. They can convert regular bras to nursing bras with their alterations department. So yes, bra fittings are super important. If you have a good bra fitter, they will teach you why and why not bras are fitting on you properly, and how you can basically size yourself. and go in and know whether or not something is fitting you properly, and whether you have gaps or things like that. So what shapes work for you. So definitely super important. And also if you are larger busted, it really helps with back problems and things like that. So definitely take care of it. And we do have a question. Speaking of crop tops, how to stay on trend like crop tops when you don't like that style. Can you speak to how to stay current and on trend? Yes, we will cover that. Real quick, crop tops tend to be showing up more in the juniors departments. So if you, I use Target a lot because so many people shop at Target. They have different brands of women's clothing at Target, and Wild Fable is their like juniors line. That's where all the crop tops are at. Just stay out of that section of the women's department. If you go into like their what was it, the Who What Wear line of theirs, they're more normal sizing. They're a little bit longer. They're not quite crop tops. They are tending to be a little bit more like waist length rather than the longer tunic length that we were seeing for the last few years. But if they are not crop tops. So sometimes it's if you need something longer, it's going to the more mature brands, like Chico's instead of Loft or something like that. It's just, and I know some people are like, I'm not ever going to shop at Chico's, but if you're talking about basics, you know, no one's going to tell what your label says in the back of your shirt. So if you just want longer t-shirts, try the more mature brands, because they're going to tend to still keep things longer and not go into the crop top trends. They tend to be more classic lines rather than trendy lines. So there's a difference even between Loft and Ann Taylor. You'll see a difference in their cuts. You'll see a difference in their fabrics. Ann Taylor is their classic line. Loft is their more on trend line and more casual line. And so if you're not finding what you want, just switch to maybe a sister brand, like the difference between Loft and Ann Taylor, or switch to a totally different brand and that has more mature items in it, if that makes sense. So moving on from the supportive bra, but thank you for that addition about the bra. It's very important. Great fitting tees. These are basics. You should just have some nice tees that aren't stretched out. Necklines tend to get stretched out when we wear them a lot. I replace my white tees about once a year because no matter how clean you keep them, they still kind of look dingy after going through the wash for a year. So I don't buy super expensive white tees. And I just replace them, and just making sure that you have the basics like white, black, gray if you want it, navy if you want it, so that you have something that you can always throw on and add a third layer to, and it's super easy to get dressed. Little black dress. It can be navy if you don't like to wear black. It can be charcoal, but you should have a basic dress that you can throw on with a pair of sneakers, that you can throw on with a pair of heels, sandals, whatever. They go through every season, and you can get dressed up for every occasion pretty much if you have just a basic dress in your wardrobe. I don't love to wear dresses because I have a long torso and it's really hard for me to find dresses that fit properly. So like there's one dress in my wardrobe pretty much. And it's the one I keep, it's the one I wear. And I don't buy a lot of dresses because of that, but having at least one as your go-to in those moments where you're like, I don't know what to wear, throw on a dress. It's super easy. It's a whole outfit. You're done. So let's go to the next slide, and I see another one. I will talk about that. Cute sneakers. Okay. So everyone has those shoes that you wear to the gym, shoes you go running in, the shoes you go hiking in. We don't have to wear those all the time. We can have other cute sneakers that we wear to the park, or that we wear, when we're just going out for ice cream or whatever it is. We don't have to wear our, beat up running shoes everywhere we go. We can have cute little sneakers that are super comfy and still elevate your outfit. And if you're someone who kind of likes a wedge heel, the black ones that you're seeing here, those have like a little bit of a wedge heel in them. So if you kind of like that long look to your leg that a wedge adds, but you want to wear sneakers, those are super cute ones to wear. Also, leopard is a neutral. Throw leopard shoes on with anything and your outfit looks better. Right now, trend-wise, retro sneakers are really, really popular. You're going to be seeing a lot of them. They're already all over like DSW and all those sites.
What's a retro sneaker?
The retro sneakers are like the New Balance that you see here.
Oh, this one?
The cream one with the black end. Like the old kind of tennis court looking sneaker. And then the Adidas stripes, those are classic. They're classic. I mean, they've been around for years. Vans, they're classic. It's interesting.
I think
What's that?
I said for parents, I think slip-ons are also really easy, knowing you might be like carrying a kid, holding a, backpack, whatever. Just having things you can just slip on your feet versus trying to tie is also probably easy.
Yep. So much easier. You don't ever have untied shoelaces when you have slip-ons. Funny enough, I used to live on the East Coast for 13 years after I grew up in Southern California. And moving back here after living on the East Coast, I see Vans all the time, everywhere, on moms all the time. It is not something people wear back on the East Coast. So it's very interesting that they're still very popular. And I grew up with them, like Southern California, we all wore them. Everybody had them. So it's interesting that those are a California classic. You can't go wrong with them, and they're slip-ons and they're easy. And some brands, you can even toss them in the wash. Keds, Rothy's, you can toss them in the wash. So if your kids spill something on them, if you spill something on them, if they get dirty at the park, you can toss them in the wash. So super easy. Also, an elevated mom bag, a nice mom bag. I see a lot of times where, they have this like cute little outfit on, and then they've got this kind of like old backpack that they probably went backpacking through Europe with. I mean, it's like, or it's, the one from college or something. And you can really elevate an outfit by having a nice bag, and they don't have to be expensive. One of these is a Miss Fong. They're like, I don't know, $60 on Amazon. It's actually a really popular diaper bag brand. And it, if you're carrying a diaper bag, carry a nice one. You deserve to. You don't have to carry a ugly one. You're carrying it all the time, so invest in it. If you are carrying a diaper bag every single day and you don't use your purses anymore, invest in a nice one that you like and that, goes with your personality. And like, I love the brown ones. They go with everything. And a lot of the ones now are convertible to a backpack, which is great when you have more than one kid, especially because you're like holding one's hand in the parking lot and carrying another one, and you don't want this like bag falling off your shoulder. They have backpack straps on them. They're fantastic. They didn't have those when I had my first child, so they are fantastic. So yeah, invest in a bag that you like. Some of them are great for like diaper bags, and then you can still use them when you aren't using a diaper bag anymore. They can be used as a travel bag. They can be used as a work bag. They're designed for that. Lily Jade is one that comes to mind. Mina Bay. Those come to mind, that they are designed to outlive the diaper bag period of your life and to still be used after your kids are out of diapers. Another thing, when your kids are like in the potty training stages, a car bag, having a bag that just stays in the car that has stuff in it. And so you're not carrying a big diaper bag around. This is like a mom trick if you haven't thought about it. And then you have just like a little crossbody that you wear to the park. Instead of lugging your diaper bag everywhere, you have a car bag. It has your stuff in it that you can go and grab whatever you need, instead of carrying your first aid kit and 3 changes of clothes everywhere you go. car bags.
Only thing is in Oakland, your car might get broken into. So.
That's true. Yeah. You have to like bury it.
Yeah. So
Hidden storage. It's so true in California.
and we have about 5 more minutes for
Okay.
everyone. I know.
Yeah. So we'll go through these real quick. There are alternatives to jeans. And these are just, let me move this because I've got something in the way. Joggers. Right now, sweater pants are really huge as part of kind of the loungewear from the pandemic. And they're super comfy and they look really, really polished when you wear them. They're great for people who are working at home. You'll also see these with matched sets. That's very popular right now to have them, the sweater and the sweater pants matching. Faux leather. I know it's super intimidating. It's super intimidating, but try it. Faux leather leggings are fantastic. They are comfortable. They are just like leggings, but they are just that little extra little touch of something. You can throw them on with a sweater or a t-shirt and some sneakers, and they just look they look cool. If you kind of like that vibe, it's a really easy way to just kind of elevate from just plain black leggings. Moto leggings are really popular right now. You'll see the seaming on the side. That's what a moto legging is. Lots of companies carry them. It's just, again, another way to get away from plain black leggings and give a little bit of personality to the outfit. Ponte pants. Ponte is a fabric. It is rayon, nylon, and spandex. Almost every company has a version of a ponte pant. Sometimes they're, a skinny leg. Sometimes they're a straight leg. They are wonderful. I can't say enough about ponte pants. If you work, they're great. They're comfy, they're stretchy, and they don't bag, and you can wear anything with them. And so they are totally office appropriate. Throw on a blazer with them and they look fantastic. And even if you are a stay-at-home mom, if you're going to the park, ponte pants, super comfy. You can still wear them to the park. And because they are rayon, nylon, and spandex, they clean really well. Straight leg pants, those are just those are a trend. We're moving away from the skinny jeans that we've had for so many years now. So you'll start seeing a lot more straight leg pants. They're definitely great for certain body shapes to balance out. If you have, kind of a skinnier bottom and you're wider up top, straight leg pants will balance that out. And they tend to be a little like cropped at the ankle right now. Some people don't like that, but it's just kind of training your eye to get used to that look. If you like dresses and skirts, pull on skirts with elastic. Midi dresses and midi skirts are great because then you can bend over in them without feeling like you need to cover your backside. So if you like skirts, dresses, that's the way to go. Summer is coming up when it gets hot. If you have not tried an athletic skort, they are fantastic. It looks like you're wearing a skirt, so it's a little bit elevated from just a pair of shorts, and they are athletic material. They are comfy, and you can pretty much dress them up, dress them down. A black one looks like a black skirt if you go out for the evening, and your assets are covered. So try it. If you haven't tried an athletic skort, they are fantastic. So let's go.
And they're great because they're shorts. When your kid sticks their hands up, like my kids are always like crawling up my skirts if I wear anything too short.
I love athletic skirts. A stylish third layer. This is a great way to just kind of take your basics and just kind of add a little pop. Sweater blazers. J. Crew has one that is super popular. It sells out all the time. Their regular line has a cashmere one. Their J. Crew factory one has a non-cashmere one if you're like allergic to cashmere or wool, and it's a little cheaper. They are literally what it says. They are sweater material cut into a blazer, and so they don't have the stiffness of a blazer, and they look just like it, and they're super comfy, and they're great for like Zoom calls, or if you need to pop into the office, put these with a pair of ponte pants and you're done, and you're comfortable the whole day. and you look really super put together. Denim jackets, it's a classic. You can throw these on over a dress. You can throw these on with a pair of joggers. It's just a classic. You can always use and incorporate a denim jacket into your wardrobe. Oversized cardigan, like the boyfriend cardigan, that's really popular right now, and it does cover your bum if you're wearing leggings. Adding a third layer also really helps with the mom tummy, because you can still have a t-shirt that is kind of clingy, but that third layer kind of redirects the eye away from your tummy. And it just kind of covers it a little bit. So utility jackets, you'll see like the green army jacket, or like something like this, where it's kind of a cargo-y kind of look. Those are still classics, still popular. They're still being sold. And they're nice and light for California weather. And if you really like the look of a motorcycle jacket, like a black leather motorcycle jacket, but you don't want to wear a black leather motorcycle jacket, they do make knit ones, and they're stretchy, and they're just not stiff, and they still have that crossover look of the moto jackets. And so if you like that look, try finding a knit one, and they're fantastic, and they really elevate that whole, they just make your outfit look totally different when you add one to it. So, and I see some other questions. Can talk about what silhouette shapes work to hide a belly. It's way too big. So covering a belly, the mom belly, I know because I have one, they're horrible. And it is hard to cover them. One of the ways to cover a mom belly is to do like what they call a half tuck with a t-shirt. You basically, take a piece of t-shirt, and you can do it on the side. That's actually a really good way to hide the belly, about midway between your hip and your belly button, and you tuck it right there into your pants, and it then drapes in front of your belly. Another thing to do for hiding the belly is you do not want tops that cling to you. If t-shirts, like I wear organic cotton t-shirts from Gap, they're 100% cotton. They don't cling to your belly. If you like, I really like Old Navy Luxe t-shirts for certain types, for certain body types, but they cling to the belly. So looking for something that has more cotton and less rayon and nylon, they won't cling to that belly as much, and you'll be able to do just like a cute little half tuck. And again, the third layer helps to cover that belly, excuse me. And anything that really brings attention away from your waist. I wear V-necks. It kind of draws the eye up here a little bit more because you're showing a little bit more skin. Even your jewelry can help kind of draw your eye away from the belly. Don't be afraid to wear, Spanx if you really want to, if you're going to a special event or something. That type of underwear can really help shape. There is some comfortable shapewear out there. You just have to kind of go try it on and sometimes size up and shapewear. But yeah, good to know about cotton. Yeah, it does help. It does help if you find non-clingy tops and non-clingy pants. Legging, everyone likes leggings for the most part, or pants that are kind of like that, and it does kind of accentuate that mom belly. So the half tuck really helps. Finding tops that maybe are a little bit longer or looser, and this kind of depends on your body type, but they do make them. You just kind of may have to search a little bit more.
What about pants that are higher waist, or like a skirt that can go up higher?
Yep.
Does that help?
It depends. It depends on, so it depends on your body type, how much you want to accentuate your waist or not accentuate your waist, even with, the little bit of mom pooch. yeah, it goes into a whole talk about body shape, but yes,
Mhm.
high waist pants can suck it in a little bit. I have some high waist jeans. They're fantastic. They kind of smooth all of that out a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm starting to see some low rise jeans hit the market. And I'm like, no, please don't do that. There's a very small segment of the population that looks good in low rise jeans, and it's not me. So, yeah, so there are some mid-rise and high-rise jeans out there and pants out there right now that really help to kind of smooth that out, and just playing with the layers that hang out in front of your pants is really helpful. Some people putting a belt on, like if you're an hourglass figure, putting a belt on and accentuating that waist, or if you are kind of like an apple rounder figure, putting something on that kind of accentuates that waist, believe it or not, actually balances things out a little bit more. So sometimes belts work, sometimes they don't. Wrap tops can really help. It's something that, like peplum top is where it kind of goes in at the waist and kind of flares out. That little flare can sometimes help cover that little belly. So it's just a matter of trying different things on and seeing what covers that area that you don't like. So let's see, did I miss anything else? Yeah, or is way too baggy? Yes. If you are, so you're saying you're small chested. So if you have like a smaller top area than the rest of your body, if your shoulders and everything are narrower than your hips, that's kind of what we call pear shape. You want to accentuate like up here to draw the eye away from it. So sometimes it's like T-shirts with like a little ruffle on the sleeve, or with a little bit of something up here, ruffles here too. If you don't have broad shoulders, ruffles up here on a shirt kind of brings the eye up and away from the waist. So that's another way to just kind of balance that out. So are there any other questions?
I guess if anyone has Q&A, feel free to put it in the chat. I mean, thank you, Morgan. This has been so helpful. I know I took some notes, and I'm definitely gonna start looking at my closet in a whole new way with all these tips and tricks. And I'm gonna go out and get a new bra, I think is what I'm gonna do after this. So thank you so much.
I see one question I missed. I'm so sorry. It was you're tall, so idea of places to look for clothing. If you are in the actual tall range of like 5'9" and up, Long Tall Sally is actually a company that I know a lot of people have a lot of success with if you're tall. I'm trying to think. If you're looking for casual wear, Athleta is great for tall. They are super size inclusive at Athleta. So they carry a lot of their stuff in talls and larger sizes. Excuse me. What else? Yeah, and everything is cropped. It's just the trend. But yeah, you can definitely still find stuff out there that isn't cropped. It just stay out of those sections where you're seeing the crop tops, because those are for the juniors. You're not seeing it as much in the women's wear. But tall, yeah, there's brands. I think Lou and Gray is a really great brand, and they carry some stuff in tall if you're looking for casual stuff. Yeah, did I miss anything else?
I'm just seeing the chat now too. I think you covered everything. Thank you guys all for attending, and thank you, Morgan. If anyone, we're going to start doing for Sprinkles parents weekly support groups starting in February. If any moms want to just chat, or parents honestly want to chat about different topics like naps or sleeping, that's more napping, clinginess, anything. We just have like a variety of list of parent topics that we're going to just do weekly. And then our next expert speaker for Sprinkles parents on end of February is going to be Will's Trust and Estate. So a little less fun, but just trying to like than fashion, but it's still trying to make things to help parents thrive and give us information so that we can be really great parents. So keep your eyes out. And thank you, Morgan, for the time.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming. I hope you got a lot of good information out of it, and I could talk all day about any of this stuff, but
yeah. And we'll send Morgan's information in the email so that you guys have it and you can reach out with any other questions. Thank you guys for joining. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.